American Red Devils podcast. I'm John.
I'm Alex.
And we're bringing you the best Manchester United news from this side of the pond.
Woo, sir. How we doing? What could have been 2-2 against Villa. Replay. Should have been a win, sir. United played some good football at times, but mentality. Fragile. We just kind of fell apart like a wet noodle, sir. Conceded 2 goals, 4 minutes. Everything we did right in the first half, we did wrong in the second half. You know, so much promise. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. And a lot of fans are probably pretty fired up right now. How you feeling, sir?
Sir, it's a bitter taste, that second goal to go in. Coutinho, the Scouse bastard. Gerrard, the Scouse bastard. That's a tough pill to swallow. But we are not day trading this squad at the moment. You have to think that's the best 30 minutes of football we've seen since Crystal Palace. It's exactly what Rangnick wants the lads to do. We had fight. We had sharpness. Found players who wanted to fight. I literally like that 30 minutes, sir. Get our second goal from Bruno Fernandez. Hits the underside of the bar instead of the bar this game. Look, it's not all bad. You have to be taking the bigger picture into account. I like what I saw. We just don't have the full 90. We were leggy. We were tired. We didn't have it. You saw the slopshop.com defense. It was going to come. I didn't think we'd get 2 goals. We did. It's a draw, probably what we deserved. If Greenwood hits that one chance in or Alonga, it could have been different. At the same time, progress under Rangnick, you got to take it.
You got to take it because progress is not a straight line. We're going to see that. We've seen that in the past. And this Villa side's a good Villa side. I hate to say it. I don't want to make excuses for us, but they're going to be a team that's not going anywhere. I think they're going to be like a West Ham that's just going to be in the mix for top 4 because they're going to get better and better. Very good owners. But we did see progress today. I think, like you said, Rangnick's finding who's legit. Ain't no Martial. You're not going to see his ass anymore. See ya, bro. That's embarrassing. 200,000 pounds a week. And he said, no, thank you. I'm good. Don't want to be chosen for the squad,
Remember,
sir.
You were defending him the other week on the pod.
I was, sir. But hey, I ain't going to defend this. But players are making a name for themselves, a la Alonga, a la Greenwood, right? That was good to see. Varane had some good moments. I think what we saw today was that our CDM tired, bro. Like the game was working. Matic playing in that holding midfielder, it worked. It was just that his legs did not last, and that's why that is the position that needs to be reinforced. Probably 2 of them, 2 midfielders. But all the ills of Manchester United, sir, are caused by the Glazers. We should be talking about the Glazers every 8th sentence, basically, because they're the reason this club continues to stagnate, the reason that we're not making buys this window, the reason that Jesse Lingard's hanging out with his arms crossed, not wanting to play on his way out, sir. But progress will be made under Rangnick, sir, until they bring in Pochettino.
Sir, I'm bringing back a word you invented on the last podcast, clinicality. We lacked the clinicality in the second half today. We lacked the clinicality at home, but we did get the win, 1-0 at home. Which one would you rather have? Would you rather have United play like we did in the first half? 2-2, exciting. This is like heavyweight boxers back and forth. The game was in the balance. I thought somebody was going to win it. Villa were going to score 2. We would get the second. It was exciting stuff from a Manchester United perspective. It was exciting football today. I mean, other than those 4 minutes, that was really the letdown, the last 20 minutes of the game. But it was exciting early in the first half, us countering. I did like this type of football from Rangnick. The lads just need some fitness. It's going to take time. But we saw fight. We have players injured as well. So there's upside here. It's showing the locker room's not dead, like all the articles suggest out there. The lads came out. They showed fight. They played. They pressed better. They looked sharper. They wanted it. They dug. Alonga had a lot of energy today. This is a positive performance. If we could get the win, it would have been huge. The draw's not so bad. I think you got to be talking about form for Manchester United, not quite the position in the table. Because, yes, we won with Villa at home, but we looked absolutely horrid. That's not going to get you anywhere on the table. Playing like we did in the first half will. Can we get 90 minutes out of them soon? Who knows?
No, it's a good point because you know what? It was a better performance today than it was even for the victory. So it's like there's progress being made. Doesn't always show. You see the deficiencies that still exist in the squad around mentality and like following through with the game because it's still a little brittle. But there are long spells of the game where we defended well. I liked how Varane play. Lindelof is probably the weak link in that. But it's getting better and better, like you said. Like the players that are on the outs, they're not featuring, sir, for a reason. And I think they're not going to continue to feature. So he's going to find his core players. I think Alonga is going to be a starter under Ralph Rangnick. And we'll see who else is ready to step up, sir. There's some academy lads are ready to go.
Quick PSA for the podcast. If you like the American Red Devils, we are for fans, by fans. you want to support us, we don't have any commercial sponsorships on this podcast, just me and Alex doing our thing. The best way to do so is Patreon. Check out our Patreon page, www.patreon.com/America Red Devils. We do a behind-the-scenes episode with bonus content every single month. You get that if you sign up. We got 4 tiers. We give away pins, stickers, scarves, shirts, you name it. Check out our Patreon page. Also, check out our website, www.americareddevils.com. Alex has a new blog up there. He's going through the history of how Ed Woodward and the Glazers have screwed United since Fergie departed. Sir, part 1 was pretty good. Also, click on store. We have amazing merchandise, hoodies, beanies, scarves, shirts, you name it. If you want anything, message us. We'll get it in the store. You buy anything, it supports us directly. That is how we keep the lights on here at the America Red Devils. Sir, tell them about iTunes reviews.
iTunes reviews, they're a great way to support the pod, and we're still sending out free swag around the world. I just had a little package put together for my man Hans in Oslo, Norway. So this is what you got to do. Write a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you listen to the America Red Devils, and send a screenshot of that to americareddevils@gmail.com with your mailing address, and I will personally pick, pack, and ship some free America Red Devils merch straight to your door. Great way to support the pod. Absolutely free, sir. Let's get into this game. Aston Villa 2, Manchester United 2.
Sir, before we get into that, also, if you want to write some fan content for our blog, all opinions about anything are welcome. Our website, www.americareddevils.com. It is for fans, by fans. It's a great blog. If you want to write about your favorite player, transfers, a match you used to watch, or your favorite goals, anything in between, email us, americareddevils@gmail.com. We'd love to feature your article. If it's just one or anything in between, we will take it. Alex is editor-in-chief. Reach out to us, americareddevils@gmail.com. Sir, like you said, Aston Villa 2, Manchester United 2. It was a rough end of the game. Fortunately, I was trying to wrestle my son, so I didn't get a great view of it. So you were kind of giving me the update from the couch here. It was at Villa Road. Let's get into that lineup. We had Dave saves role number 1 in net. Man, where would we be without David De Gea? That's all I got to say. Tellus at left back, Lindelof, Varane, center back combo. Delo with the stitches is still in the starting lineup at right back. Matic, Fred, midfield 2. Elanga, Fernandez, Greenwood, and the Cavani up top. This is the 4-2-3-1. It looked like a 4-3-3. Looked like Matic was the CDM. Fred and Bruno kind of in the middle of the park pulling the strings. Fluid at times, but I saw more of a 4-3-3.
I like the 11. I like to see Elanga, Greenwood, the youngins on the wing. Fernandez being the captain, Fred back in the mix, and then Tellus and Delo mix as well, more attacking. What do you like of it?
I like Fred back in. I like Matic as well. Fred and Matic, I like that. But again, we don't have that backup. Obviously, Paul Pogba having a vacation. No one knows what's going on with him. When you're a director of football, he's not going to sign a deal. He could go missing. He's missing. Like, we need some strength in the midfield. We're dying there at the moment. And you can tell because, you're like, who do you put in? McTominay's suspended right now. So you got Donnie maybe. He can't do the job. Like you said, Matic got leggy. Came unraveled. Sir, let's get into that first half. United come out in control, pressing high, dictating play. Sir, great start. Let's get into that goal.
Outnumbering the United ones, but they've got to attack the ball first.
Just tap short for Fernandez, trying his luck. Oh, it's in, right through the goalkeeper. What a start for Manchester United. Martinez claiming he was impeded by the positioning of Cavani. But it's gone right through the goalkeeper, and Manchester United have a gift.
It looks like a half-hearted appeal from the goalie, doesn't it? But look, we'll soon see. Obviously, it'll be checked. Clever, the way that Tellez ran over the ball and just very slightly touches it, just there. So as Bruno Fernandez can then take that.
Great take from Bruno. A little luck. Cavani was on sides. Martinez appealing. But look, it's a great goal for Manchester United. We needed something like this. Good start. And it's away.
We were buzzing just because we need a goal, like you said. Just like, it doesn't always have to be pretty, just to get over the line. And goddamn, we needed an early goal away, quiet the fans. This was a good half of football up until the last, 8 minutes, sir. United played some good ball.
12th minute, Fred's putting in some curlers these days. Hits Elanga, goes wide from a header. I thought this one was close. 18th minute, Greenwood forces Martinez into a good save after Cavani can't connect. Probably should have scored. He kind of held up on this one, hesitated a little bit. United coming in waves. This is so exciting, sir. We've been waiting for exciting football. that's why ultimately bottling it does suck. But we have seen United bottling it without playing good in the first half. So this was so exciting to see here. 28th minute, Telles tests the keeper from a free kick, and Greenwood just goes wide. That was the second Greenwood chance. And then Greenwood again in the 33rd minute forces the keeper into a save, and Alonga can't finish the follow-up. Then all of a sudden, Villa. So that 33rd minute mark, sir, we saw it against Crystal Palace, and here you go. Villa building the game. Dave saves point-blank header, amazing from Daya. 43rd minute, Dave saves again. Villa, hell of a spell to end the first half, and then you start getting a little concerned. Look, great half, got leggy. Can we get some energy coming on in the second half?
I mean, that's always the question. There's always going to be spells where, we were dominant. The first 35 minutes, we were as dominant as we've been in a half of football this season. So there's always going to be spells where they're going to get some of the ball. That being said, like the first half was something to build on. It was exciting. Good fight from the players, pushing high up. Fred was pushing way high up. They were really trying to clog it up and make it difficult for Villa to pass through. So, but you have to say, right, that level of energy is going to be hard to maintain. 90 minutes, they just played, and it showed, I think, because the energy kind of faded. We got a couple yellows early in the second half, and I think that kind of killed our momentum.
Coming out second half, we start, yes, sir. We get an opportunity from Alanga in the 47th minute, but then right back into it, 49th minute, Dave saves. It just feel like we're just getting smushed, sir. That every time we were trying to play out, we give the ball back to him. 60th minute, Villa give the ball away. Alanga goes inches wide. I mean, we were getting these chances on the break, but they were against the run of play. 61st minute, Greenwood with a shot just wide. Would have been an unbelievable goal, sir. And we were like, is it going to come? You see these chances. I think Villa's going to hit a few. They need one to get the crowd behind them. And then Bruno decides to hit the right side of the bar. 66th minute.
Sanson with the ball touch. Fred can seize upon it. It's Bruno Fernandez. It's 2-0. And Manchester United double their advantage. Aston Villa on top in the second half. United hit them with a sucker punch. And Bruno Fernandez avenging his circumstances and United's
Sir, I'll tell you what, we might have folded like a wet noodle after this goal, but Bruno getting back into form, getting 2 goals, played well. He had one bad giveaway where we had a really good chance to break, I think, after this. But good goal. Fred playing well, having another assist, playing well up the pitch. He is a player that, coming into his own in the last 6 months to a year, but I think he's showing a whole other side under the German. Good goal. I thought, oh, this is it. We're going to pour it on. Not so much, sir.
You know where that goal came from, sir? Came from us pressing the buildup of Villa to low and then forces the errant pass. Fred gets on it and picks the right pass to Bruno, who obviously an insane finish. But this is in the second half. We didn't play particularly great, but this little spell of pressing and then scoring right away. This is Rangnick ball. This is what Rangnick wants lads to do. You make the opposition make a mistake. You make that mistake high up the pitch. You get the ball and you shoot within, 8 or 10 seconds, and you score a goal. This is what Rangnick wants us to do. Here it is. 67th minute. I don't think we're blowing it right now.
No,
at 1-0, I thought Villa could score 2, beat us. But at 2-0, I kind of feel like if we don't absolutely bottle it, we're good. 10 minutes later, sir, let's get into the bottle factory here.
Season number 10 making his way for Chukwuemeka. Back for Coutinho. It's Ramsey. Aston Villa halved the deficit and set up a grandstand finale. His first ever goal at Villa Park, where he grew up watching his football. It'll mean a lot on a personal basis, but how much will it?
Okay, let's just
soft, dude. It's just so soft. No one closes them down. Defense held. It was bending, but that's not the goal to break on. It's like you just kind of let him cut you open, and bad goal to give up, sir.
The problem is that we get the 2-goal lead. We don't know what to do with it.
You sit back.
It's like, and this is kind of where we're at with our coach, and this is kind of where we're at with this squad. Mentality, sir. People are complaining to the Star and the Daily Mail, and you don't have that confidence. And so you're going to see volatility from the players. You're going to see the heads high, them playing well. You're going to see them drop their heads and play poorly. That goal goes in. hanging the heads. Now, here is the defensive problems for Manchester United. We know we have defensive woes. This is just what we are. We are conceding goals. We need to score goals in order to win games. 2 today should have been enough. And obviously, 81st minute. Let's get into it.
Watkins' path. Buendia looking for Ramsey. First time ball in from him. Oh, would you believe it? The little magician casts his considerable spell on the whole end. Action was a kind one for Villa. Spun it.
I mean, sir, I got to watch that one more time. Lindelof, jogging. Delo gets beat. Matic beat. Varane beat. Telles back post beat. Everybody beat. I mean, it was a good goal. Coutinho gets it.
Yeah, bad goal to concede. United has frailties at the back for sure, but I've been worried about our ability to score goals. I think we could have scored 4 or 5 goals today. Obviously, they could have probably scored 2 or 3. They did score 2. Progress is being made. Everyone's going to think this is like a defeat. Hopefully, the players treat it like a defeat, and they bring it midweek against Brentford, sir, because we need to start picking up points right now.
By the way, they could add more goals.
Yep.
De Gea with some insane saves. That one where he dove and pushed it out. The point-blank header. I mean, these are dunk goals that should have gone in. De Gea played amazing, and we keep it 2-2. So if you really think about it, our defense has been conceding these really quality chances from poor opposition for a long time. De Gea has been bailing us out, and even then is 2-2 with the draw, sir. Obviously, Donny comes on. Donny Lingard for Bruno in the 89th minute. For Bruno and Greenwood, 89th minute and 96th minute. Van de Beek had a late chance, got a corner, but, haven't scored from one of those in a long time. That was it. 2-2. We get a draw. Probably what we deserved is away. It was gritty. I saw some positives, like you said. 66th minute, Bruno goal from the Rangnick press. I like to see it. I think when you have all that drama and you have a week off, the next game's going to show you how the players are doing. And I saw a reaction. This is a reaction. Ronaldo has the interview. That was a big interview. Ronaldo says, "Hey, people don't want to do the work. They're not doing the work. I don't know if it's true. I don't know nothing." Jon Snow, but at the same time, the boys showed up to play, and Bruno was the leader of the marching band, and we look good. So you got to sort out the defense. We saw some fits and starts, but it's overall a good performance. If you look at the games we played under Rangnick, this was a good game.
Most def. This is probably the best game, sir, even though like most fans probably won't say that. But if you look at the performance of the players, there's goodness here. It's like there are definitely players that want out. There are bad personalities that are bringing us down, and you could see that with the news, the pressers, what Ralph said about certain players like selecting themselves out. Haven't seen one of those in a while, my man. There are good players, and there are some bad players and bad personalities that should have been shipped long ago. Hopefully, with the expiration of contracts, you lose Pogba and Lingard right there. Martial is like a dead duck because he's made himself known as a bad actor. If you say you don't want to be selected, sir, that's a bad.
So save it for the article. I mean,
it's not even the article. It wasn't even an article. It was what Ralph said. Ralph said it.
This guy's like, I asked you about the match. You're going Football Manager already on the contracts. Look, it was a good game, bad result. Sometimes you have a bad game, good result. I would say the FA Cup match was a bad game, good result. This was a good game, bad result. So you're going to have those, but I'm glad the lads show fight. Alonga starting big from Rangnick. He deserved to start. We talked about that in the last game. The academy lads, you got to start with that. And so find the energy in the team. Find the players who want to fight. It seems to me Ralph is finding that. Might have taken him longer than we would have liked, but he's going to find it. And I have to trust in his CV, I haven't followed his career live, but you look at his CV, the man should be able to sort it out. It might take him a little longer. England's different. He did switch up the formation. He brought in the youngster, saw a better performance from United. This is more like it as well. Shots 13-13. Shots on target at Manchester United 6 to Villa's 9. Possession 45% to 55%. Not too shabby from the lads, honestly. Not a horrible performance. Overall, everyone on Twitter is going to be like, horrible. We blew the 3 points. We want to win the title. No, we're not top 4 or whatever. But it's like, I'm more worried about playing good football. Because I can't watch bad football the rest of the year and somehow eke out results we don't deserve to get top 4. I'd rather us play well, be excited about the direction the club is headed, and play Hans and Franz next year.
And at least we saw some fight today. Like I said, there are
That's
players.
What's about.
It's worrisome that Rashford under Ralph didn't look very good, but today, hey, who's next man up? Alanga. He showed that he's got worth. He's a player that can compete. He can give a lot of value to this club. So it's like, we just got to see who's ready to play and who wants to work hard. And I think at the end of the day, it's like there's going to be some players out, big name players, even beyond our list. That's going to be sad. But in order for us to go forward, sir, in order for us to make some omelets, eggs are going to need to be broken. And there's like a lot of eggs need to be broken in Manchester United, and it's just part of the deal. So Ralph's done it before. We have a lot of contracts expiring. Hopefully that frees up some wage budget. So this summer, sir, I mean, we're dependent on the front office, but there is goodness here, sir. It's just like we got to be patient.
Patience is key. And by the way, Rangnick hasn't figured it out yet. We just saw some promising, play.
Moments.
Some fights, some promising moments, something of what we would like to see. And hopefully it goes in the right direction. We could skid against Brentford. It's totally possible. Match reaction, Bruno Fernandez has been directly involved in 55 goals and 70 Premier League appearances for Manchester United. 33 goals, 22 assists. Only Salah, 63, has recorded more combined goals and assists in the competition since Fernandez's debut in February 2020. Since his Premier League debut in February 2020, only Mo Salah, Harry Kane have scored more goals than Bruno Fernandez, who has scored 32. Salah is 45, Kane is 34, with only James Ward-Prowse, 7, has scored more goals from outside the box than the Portuguese. I mean, obviously, he's up there. We're biased, but Harry Kane and Mo Salah get a lot more shine from the English press.
Dude, they don't give Bruno no, but it's because United's on the down, and right, like there are so many bad blood in the English press.
It's the country. It's where he's from. If you look at Harry Kane's English, he gets the shine. Salah, the Egyptian king, they're not.
He plays for Liverpool.
They're
Bro.
not threatened by that.
For Liverpool because dude,
the Iberian Peninsula in England, they don't like Bruno whining, throwing his arms around. It's totally true. He's a certain type of player.
It's also because of United. United is like they were so dominant, and all the ex-players or pundits all hate United. If they're not a United fan, they fucking hate United. So like they all take it out United. They love to see us on the dip, and they lay into you. So Bruno, no good. All these players, no good. Let's see what Ralph has to say, sir.
What does Ralph have to say, sir?
Like you said, pressing, control, maybe mentality, all better this evening to a point. What went wrong?
I mean, yes, we still gave away too many balls at times, and in the last 15 minutes we were not as compact as we were before, and therefore conceded the 2 goals.
Did you feel like even when you were on top in the match, you conceded too many chances this evening?
Not in the first half hour. In the first half hour, they didn't have a shot on our goal. In the last 15 minutes before halftime, the pressure was higher. We were not as compact, not as courageous to attack forward and to step up. But again, in parts of the second half, it was better again, and the way that we prepared our own goal in the pressing situation was fantastic. But after that, you just have to take those 3 points back home. And as of now, it feels like a defeat, to be honest.
How do you make sure that you're not too knocked by the late goals you've conceded, that you do take the good things from this evening?
Well, there's nothing else we can do. We have the next important game coming up on Wednesday, and then on Saturday at home against West Ham. Right now, the whole team is very disappointed about the result. But again, what we played and what we showed today was a step forward, for sure. But again, in the end, it's also about getting the results. And this draw doesn't feel like 1 point. It feels like 2 points lost and given away.
Look, we'll call him middle of the fairway Ralph.
Right down the fairway. I mean, he's right.
Right down the middle.
He's right. Like, he always calls it completely honest. But
sir, great backswing, clean contact.
Right in the green. Right in the middle of the fairway, sir.
He's like, great elevation, not too high, not to the right, doesn't slice it, right down the middle. He says, feels like a loss, played well, but at the same time, and what can you do about it? We could beat Brentford.
Yeah, exactly. Look forward to the next games. Boom. Progress. He saw positive things. We saw negative things. We know what we need to fix. Progress.
Not making excuses. Not Mr. Nice Guy. Mr. Fairway. Mr. Fairway, sir. That's what I call it.
Yeah, I don't know if he has the Martial quote. If you go up a little bit, sir.
Okay, let's see. Tony. Apparently, this Tony Martial.
Nope, that's not Ronaldo. Okay.
But
it was on Twitter, sir. It was a quote in relation to Mr. Tony Martial, and him not selecting himself for the squad and saying, "I'm good, sir."
So I'll have to take your word for it here on the American Red Illustrated. I like to double check Alex's sources
As you
here.
should. As you should.
Look at the table. Big shitty Chelsea. You know how that went. Kevin De Bruyne with the banger. City 56 points in first. Chelsea in second at 43. They both played 22. Then you got Scouse Bastards with 20 games, 42 points. They win both those in hand. They're at 48. They're still a solid 8 behind Shitty. Looks to be another runaway title year. West Ham with 21 games played, 37 points. Arsenal with 20 games played, 35. Tottenham 18, 33. And then Manchester United 20 games played with 32 points. So one behind West Ham. If we win that, then we're 2 points off the mark for top 4. We're still in it, sir. Even though, it was a rough result, we're still in the battle for top 4. But more importantly, Shitty running away with another league. It's January. It's almost dusted at this point. This is bad for business. I don't remember, when I got into the EPL, sir, was it 03, 04? It was exciting title races,
Always.
back and forth always. And maybe one year United would wrap it up with 3 games to go, but it was never these giant runaway leagues. For something title, the last pure title race was at Tottenham Leicester. That was actually and even then Tottenham bottled it, but it's we need a race. Last game. This is what is exciting about this league. And even as a neutral, you want to see teams fighting for the league in May, and to have it be almost dusted in January again. It feels like this movie. And I don't want to say they got to change the game or something. So this is a whole tangent conversation, but something about these runaway leagues is just not good for the sport.
Well, it's not good for the league, because then it becomes a Germany league where it's just Bayern wins every year. And how much did Bayern win by? Well, City, man, you allow a team to put $1.5 billion in it, and it's run like a Ponzi scheme. They made more money than Manchester United this year. That's a fucking ruse, bro. It's all that money came from their owners vis-a-vis sponsorship deals. But that being said, sir, they're going to keep getting better. The league doesn't care, right? They're going to buy Holland, ha, 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 and he's going to be doing freaking Viking dances for the next 10 years. So it's not good to have a City kind of thing where they just always the best team. But hey, United ran away for years and years, but we weren't winning by 15 points.
Race. It was tight.
No, they were, dude, it never got locked up before April.
It was winning the league on the last day.
In June, bro. It's this fucking January, and they've already won the league. It's over. The league's over. It's halfway through. It's over. That's not fun.
It's not over.
It's
over.
Almost,
it's very.
They've won 14 games in a row, bro. They're
85%. But it's January, and if it was April and it was over, okay. But this whole, it's just as a fan, the best part of this sport is the league and the table and how it's just win or lose, this is what it is. And the title races, even watching other teams in a title race is amazing, dude. It's absolutely incredible because the teams that they go to play step up their game. It becomes so nervy towards the end. And you just want to see that as a neutral. And seeing this league just be Shitty run away with it. I don't even think it's a money thing. Chelsea, they're throwing the money. It's a Pep retire thing. I don't like Pep Guardiola. Whatever's going on with that team, it's you could bet the house, sir. You can just bet the house on them winning the league, and it's scary.
They spent a tremendous amount of money. They're very disciplined. They're well run. They hadn't paid over the odds for a player until Grealish. And they're a machine, dude. And they have the best manager in the game. And they spend money like it's fucking going out of business. They have no fans. It's nobody.
No, I know.
It's actually sad that they run away with it, but no one gives a shit about Manchester City.
That's what I'm saying. It's bad. It's bad for the league because it's this carcass of a team.
It's a joke,
it's
bro.
Not a real brand. Nobody really likes them. Nobody really follows them. They're the one running away with the most coveted prize. In European football, arguably one of the most coveted prizes, and it's nobody cares about this team, and it's so even if a Chelsea were to win, they got legit fans. And Scouse Bastards hate them, but they got legit fans. Even if a West Ham was involved, you'd be all right, but Man City is nothing, sir. You know, everyone's.
And they keep winning. They still got no fans. Like, nobody gives a shit about that club.
It's
bro.
so
And
like,
nobody
when they
ever
won
will,
when they won
dude.
the league
Because they're
like,
plastic. They're a fake club, dude.
It's
They're
like
phony.
bad for the league for them to continue to win. This is kind of where that salary cap discussion comes in a little bit. That's American sport term, bringing that in to cap this a little bit so that it's more competitive. You want a more, like, obviously, this is kind of the kettle call. And it's,
Yeah, we pay so much and we're fucking shit.
Yeah, we pay
we're
more
terrible,
money.
bro. I don't think it matters about that.
No, I'm just saying, like, taking my United hat off, you'd like to see title races. Wouldn't you like to see, like, a Chelsea, Scouts Bastard, shitty, like, into May kind of jumping each other race? That would be cool. Like,
So this is
we
a product
played
of-
Chelsea in May. That could end up being a big game for United. You love that type of vibe. And when a team just is like 14 points ahead, it kind of kills it a little bit. There's like, you know, there's not shine on the table. You know?
Dude, they don't need no salary cap. This is financial fair play failed. It's like they were.
I'm not saying salary cap, but something to make
dude,
it
they
like more.
put $1.5 billion in the club. They like
kick City out of the league.
whatever financial fair play was for. They
rid
were
of 'em.
breaking the rules. They spent so much money on lawyers. They got every case got thrown out, sir. They broke the rules. The whole point was that they weren't supposed to be just like throw cash on it endlessly. And then you get City, bro, who are just like untouchable. It's bad for the league, like you said. It's the most competitive league, yet it isn't really because they keep winning every fucking year.
That's a great point about financial fair play. It was supposed to prevent, like, at least the speed of it. And, you know, they busted
gamed
through
it,
all
bro.
those
They
doors.
gamed it
They
for
gamed it. They
decades.
busted through all those doors. They literally admitted that they did break the rules, but because the data surfaced in an illegal manner, the evidence came out in a manner, I think it was a leak, that, you know, couldn't be presented in court. And that's how they really got off financial fair play, was they did do it, but the docs were not sourced above board. So therefore they got caught with their pants down. Everyone knows they're cheaters, but at the end of the day, and
Nobody cares.
And
Nobody
nobody cares. They're going to run away with it again. I just thought a side note that back in the day, we used to watch the league. When we would winning all the time, it would come down to it, sir. And watching anyone come down to it is what you want, sir. You have to fact check me on the last title race. I thought it was Leicester Tottenham was the last one that really was tight.
Well, I mean, the Scouts won. Did they run away with it? Maybe they did too.
Scouts ran away with it. Scouts shitty was one that was close, and I think Liverpool faded, but it was not really like. I remember like the last 3 games, Chelsea beat Tottenham, and
They've
that
all
kind of
been
sealed the
blowouts,
title
like
for
over 10
Leicester.
points,
That was
right.
really kind of the last one I can remember. All right, sir, we got a next match. We're back to Manchester United. Put our Manchester United hats on. Brentford versus Manchester United at the Brentford Community Stadium, sir. New stadium, promoted team. We're playing Wednesday, January 19th, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, sir. That's right, a midweek game. We've kind of been, why aren't United playing all the time anymore? Kind of had some time
COVID.
off. Lifetime versus Brentford. We've won 6, drawn 2, lost 5. First time we played them, 1928, Manchester United versus Brentford. We won 7-1 the FA Cup. Who are you? Last 5 against Brentford. We've won 4, drawn 1, sir. Last time we played Brentford, September 10th, 1975, in the League Cup. As far as Brentford's form coming into the game, they lost to Brighton. They lost to Shitty. That was very close.
Beat Villa.
They beat Villa 2-1. They beat Port Vale in the FA Cup third round 4-1. Lost to Southampton big 4-1. They're playing the Scouts Bastards tomorrow. Then they play us. So let's hope the Scouts Bastards chew them up a little bit. It's gonna be a midweek fixture. Could be interesting. Little history on Brentford, not Brighton.
Look at what team we're playing.
Queens
We're playing.
Park, Brentford.
Yeah, basically.
They're nicknamed the Bees. The club was founded in 1889. Played some home matches at Griffin Park from 1904 before moving to the Brentford Community Stadium in 2020. Their main rivals are fellow West London club Fulham and Queens Park Raisins, sir. Brentford were relegated in the 4th tier in 98 and won promotion as champions in the 1998-99 campaign. They've been coming up. They've had unsuccessful championship playoff campaigns in 2015 and 2020. I actually watched both finals Brentford was in 2020, 2021. They've had a poor record in finals, finishing runner-ups in 3 associate member cup / football league trophy finals, 85, 2001, and 2011, and losing their 4th playoff finals in the 1997 second division final, 2002 second division final, and 2013 League One final, and the 2020 championship final.
They're famous for the losing
But
final.
they did win the 2021 championship final to be promoted for the first time since 46-47, and obviously they have the new stadium. They're kind of the Moneyball team, where instead of having a youth academy, they have a B team. So they sign more players, they put them all on the B team. That's kind of, people are thinking that's sort of the Moneyball effect versus growing the academy. It has worked for them. They've created a bunch of talented players, like Tony has come out of that system, sir. You know, they play the 3-5-2. They're a good team. They're going to get at you, sir. How are you feeling about Brentford?
Hey, it's going to be a big test for United. 14th place, Brentford. But they're going to play at home. Night game. Their fans are going to be up for it. I wouldn't expect that much different from today's Villa game. Tough game. Pass through the lines. We got to defend compactly, sir. Mentality, intensity. It's just a formula. You add like intensity plus a little talent. 90 minutes equals 3 points.
Yada, yada, yada. 3 points.
Yeah, I want 3 points. Give me 3 points.
Physioroom.com.
Long list.
Let's get the Manchester United injuries. Ronaldo's got the little hip injury. Rashford, he's broken his heart, sir.
Something's broken.
Sir, he's his thigh injury. I don't know if I buy that one. I think he needs a rest. Bailly, African Cup of Nations, Martial, don't want to play here no more. I think that's what we see. It says that on the injury sheet. Don't want to play here no more.
No mo. It's transferitis. It's called the
Transferitis. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he has an illness, and Paul Pogba has don't want to play here no more itis.
He's got the same
Don't want to play here no more itis.
He's got the same illness.
Ed Woodward, why don't you sell these?
I guess we're paying them.
a long time
I guess we're
ago?
not paying them enough to show up.
We are not. Imagine getting paid. First of all, hardworking American Modelos from around the world. Imagine getting paid as much as these numpties are, and just saying they don't want to show up.
That's the best. It's
Unbelievable.
like, yeah.
Unbelievable. And they're not even
I like
forfeiting their
Pogba.
check.
Pogba's like, I'm never coming back, bro. He's gonna just keep getting injured.
What is he?
Dude, he doesn't want to
Paul
come back.
Pogba thinks he's the victim, and he just
dude.
doesn't like he. What's going on with this guy?
Let's get through this.
Give me your lineup.
The hand at the low, Maguire, Varane, Shaw. McFred in the midfield. Bruno, Greenwood, Alonga, Ronaldo. Back, baby. That hip's ready to go. Who you got, sir?
I got Dave Say's role number 1 in net. I got Delo, Lindelof, Varane. I'm saying Shaw makes it back in. Fred McTominay, you got to go back to that because, Fred Matic needs a break. You're going to do Bruno, Greenwood, Alonga, and you're going to start Cavani. Ronaldo's not healthy yet with that hip. Booking the bookies, Manchester United, the favorites, -130, draw +270, and then Brentford, the underdog, at +360. So given those are the odds, what is your score prediction for Brentford, Manchester United away?
Sir, 2-0. Manchester United. Muppet and me sees only victories. What do you got?
Sir, you're getting a clean sheet.
Clean sheet.
I just say 3-2 Manchester United. You're going to concede,
Great
sir.
game.
The
It's gonna be
question
a
is,
great
can we
game.
score? Hopefully we can against Brentford. They're going to be they're going to be like Villa, exactly like that away. It's going to be hostile. It's going to be rocking. Haven't played them for, 40 years? It's going to be crazy. Let's get into the news, sir. United in the news. United in the news. Ralph Rangnick makes Maurizio Pochettino U-turn as Manchester United in secret contact with next boss. Sir, as the #1 Maurizio Pochettino fan, how you feeling about Poch coming into Manchester United?
This is a great chance for me to plug my article I wrote this week, part 1. On my Ralph Rangnick is perfect to clean up the Glazers mess, sir. This is what I'm talking about, people. You bring in a guy to oversee football and operations, interim manager, help you pick the next coach. He's like, I want somebody else. And they're like, nah, we want this guy. They want Ten Hag. He wants Ten Hag. Ralph Rangnick.
Rangnick wants Hag.
He wants Hag. And United's like, no. We want the Argentine because he's so good. And I guarantee you, who do you think is going to be our fucking next manager? I will guarantee you it's going to be Maurizio Pochettino, my man. And it'll be the wrong decision. But, dude, it's the Glazer clown show, and we're going to suffer as long as they own us. We will not win a goddamn thing of merit as long as they own us, and nothing's going to change. So, Pochettino, let's go, baby. I love a good asada.
American Red Devils love a good asada.
We
So
do.
Argentina was nice to us. If anyone hasn't listened, Alex despises Pochettino.
No, I just don't want him as our manager.
You have a rational hate for him.
He's a bad man. He's not that good of a manager.
Like I understand, but he is not. I'm
sure he's a good guy.
He's a good manager by world standards.
How's he doing at PSG?
Sure,
He showed up and bottled the league.
I know this guy. You can hear it in your voice. You
He's
don't like Pochettino.
He's not a good manager.
It's okay to not like.
But he's got to be our manager. So I
know. So it's gonna be funny.
What's the date? Today is January 15th. In 4 months, he's gonna be holding up the kit. It's gonna say Pochettino #1, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna have to talk about how excited I am about the Argentines. So
this goes back to. This you have to know your history, sir.
Fergie wanted him, I know, but Fergie also wanted Moyes.
So this guy, you bring up Pochettino, Alex just can't stop.
I don't like him.
Yapping.
I saw this. I wrote that article because of this, basically.
I know you're
because of this. Because this is the most believable piece of news ever. You get news. I'm a Muppet. I love this club. I've loved this club for a long time. But you watch enough news and see enough news to know most of it's bullshit. But you see this story. This story is 100% true, bro. I just know this club, and I know that, of course, the German wants the fucking guy who's coaching in a similar style, and no, let's do a complete abruption from that and go from the analytical German to the passionate Argentine. It just, sir, trust the man. You hired him for a reason. Listen to him.
But we said, sir, it's you don't listen to this podcast.
No.
We said they would bottle the Rangnick appointment. That he is the right guy to come in, to go upstairs, for them to listen to him, to trust him to build out the team. He is the guy. Ed Woodward's not the guy. Pochettino goes back to, we wanted to hire Pochettino initially when we brought in Ole as interim. And I believe Tottenham, we brought in Ole as an interim because we couldn't get Pochettino then. We have to pay something like 20 or 30 million to get him out of his contract. And we just said, okay, we're not going to pay the 30 million. So we're going to bring in Ole and then we'll sign Poch in the summer. Oh, wait, Ole did well. Oh, wait, Edward gave him the deal. And that's when Pochettino wants United. Fergie wants Pochettino. Stanley Chow came on the pod, says he talked to Sir Alex Ferguson firsthand, says he likes Pochettino. This club and Poch has been a thing. Neil Ashton, Pochettino, they've been hanging out. Neil Ashton, he does PR for Ed Woodward. Ed Woodward, Pochettino, that has been a connect.
It's happening.
And guess who's coming in? Richard Arnold, who listens to Ed Woodward, and who's the man that United wants? Who's the man that for some reason Ed Woodward thinks can bring Manchester United back to the promised land? Pochettino.
So he's coming, dude.
Sir Alex, Ed Woodward. Now you have Ed Woodward, Richard Arnold. We want Pochettino. He doesn't like PSG. It's all over the news. He doesn't like it. The prima donnas, etc. He wants to come back to the Premier League. He wants Manchester United. He wants it. Ten Hag, obviously, we have Edwin van der Sar, who's at Ajax. He's the guy. Ten Hag, if you watched Ajax,
100%.
he is the guy that should be, based on his CV, he should be doing this job. Pochettino, who failed at Spurs, didn't win trophies. I agree. I do like him as a manager. I do think he can do well at Manchester United. I just worry about him as having the Ole final syndrome of just not being a bottler in big games. I think he can coach this team really well. I think he can get us to second in the league. I think he can get us to European finals. I just don't think if he can win. I don't know if he's a winner, right? So I'm not going to say he's a bad coach like you. I'm just going to say, is he a winner? Ten Hag is a winner. Obviously, he's winning things in Holland. It's a little different, but he's just got that different edge. He's young. He's upcoming. He's probably the next man up. For you to ignore Ten Hag and to go with a Poch who failed at PSG, and oh, by the way, they have locker room drama there, and oh, by the way, we got locker room drama here. It sounds like the Glazers are bottling this one, and they bottled it because they made Ralph an interim, and they're not going to listen to him. They should have made Ralph the permanent manager. Then they should have made him the director of football, and they should listen to him, and we all knew they wouldn't.
And this is why I'm so fired up. And it's not like he's a bad coach, but he's just not the right coach for us because we need a winner. We need someone who can win, who's got upside. And Pochettino ain't got upside, bro. He's past his sell-by date. He's been exposed because you see it at PSG, and that's not the point. I'm not going on a Pochettino rant. I'm going on you bring in the godfather of German football, and the whole point is he probably isn't the manager long-term. That's fine. We saw it today. He makes changes late. He is the guy to put in front office and oversee the footballing operations, bro. He is. And listen to him about what manager is going to be best suited to compete in the modern era. And that's Ten Hag, and that's why you bring him in. You bring him in to listen to him, to who do you hire next? You don't bring him in to be like, oh, we're going to hire whoever the hell we want. We're waiting for Pochettino to get fired so we can hire him, bro. It's like, listen to the man. And this is why we're screwed, because we have the Glazers. They're morons, bro. They're morons. Running the club. Edwards a moron. Richard Arnold's a moron. And they're going to pick Pochettino because it's the stupid move, and that's what they do, bro. So get ready. Argentine, let's go, baby. Can't wait. But he's going to be our manager, and I'm going to root for him because that's what we do.
And how does this article get out here? It says Ralph Rangnick's reportedly unsure whether Pochettino is the right boss to replace him. Apparently, he favors Ten Hag. And obviously, it's going to be... Sir,
his agents talk, bro.
Surprise me, please. The board of Manchester United surprised me and picked Ten Hag. I mean, like, if you look at the CV, it's if you're trying to win things. And I think the reason why they like Pochettino, sir, the strengths he has.
Twitter.
He's a yes man.
Yep.
Did a lot with a little.
He needs the job.
Needs the job.
Needs the job.
Yeah, exactly. I will, and here's the problem with talking about a manager before he gets here and then after he gets here, I will be happy with Pochettino at United. You got to give him a chance. If you're going to give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer 3 years and $500 million, you got to give Pochettino a chance. I think it's above his pay grade, above his head a little bit. I think he's more suited for like Southampton, right. Wolves type of situation. I think he could really excel there. I think United, PSG, I think you're seeing it now. It's like a little too above his pay grade, these types of clubs. I think Ten Hag is on the up. You got to capture those guys that are going up. We should have Nagelsmann going to Bayern. That's a guy similar. Ten Hag, he's the guy coming up in the game. Jurgen Klopp. We didn't say we didn't need him. Ed Woodward couldn't convince him to come here. These guys coming up in the game, you got to get. You absolutely got to get them. Not the guys who peaked and are kind of on the way down.
He won nothing with Spurs. This was a good litmus test. Like, if he went to PSG and he managed all those egos and they won the Champions League, I'd be like, yeah, dude, he's got the CV to come. But, like, he is past.
He can still win the Champions League this year.
Good. And you know what? Maybe he will. But if he does, he won't be our manager next year because they're going to keep him, right? Because he fucking won the Champions League. So it's like, we're damned if we do, damned if we don't. And
welcome to Manchester United under the Glazers.
Exactly.
Welcome
Next story.
Cristiano Ronaldo, big interview. Says Rangnick needs time to implement his ideas at Old Trafford. Quotes from the interview: I don't accept our mentality to be less than the top 3 in the Premier League. Like how he's raising the bar. I think to build up good things, sometimes you have to destroy a few things. So why not new year, new life? And I hope that Manchester United can be the level that the fans want. They deserve that. We're capable of changing things now. I know the way, but I'm not going to mention that here because I don't think it's ethical on my part to say that. What I can say is we can do better, all of us. Manchester belongs to important things, so we have to change that. I don't want to be here in 6th, 7th place. I'm here to win and compete, sir. Ronaldo also commented, since he's arrived 5 weeks ago, he's changed many things, but he needs time to put his ideas across to the players, sir. So, look, Ronaldo coming out, I thought this was good. What are your thoughts on this interview?
It's good because I think what we're seeing is like all the sky is falling bullshit is not true. There's like the group of dissatisfied players is probably closer to 9 or 10 than it is to 17, 18, 19. It's like we know who they are. They're exposing themselves even more. Ronaldo is one of those players that's on the camp of like double down. He's a leader, high standards, and what we're also hearing from this, sir, which we didn't include because a lot of news has happened since, is like Ronaldo's shocked that more young players aren't working as hard as he is. That don't go there as early, don't stay late. And you know what? That also felt just the same way the Pochettino thing smells true. The whole Ronaldo thinks everybody's not working hard enough. That also feels true. Because I think we have a lot of players here who like think they've made it. You sign Manchester United, you make a lot of money, like $1 million a month. Like, they probably think they're good. That's in the Twitter age, in the Instagram world. Like, isn't that enough?
Well, imagine being Cristiano Ronaldo. He left Manchester United in a certain way, right? You all remember, obviously, losing the Champions League final. But, he left with a lot of silverware, and there was a certain mentality. And that mentality was carried by leaders, and those leaders are no longer here. And that mentality was carried by a manager, and that manager is no longer here. And so what's left? Just Carrington and just a bunch of spoiled kids making too much money, and they got the logo on the building, but that's about it. And he's come in, and I'm sure he's blown away at what people are getting away with at this club. Because when you're the owners and you fire Moyes and you fire LVG and you fire Mourinho and you appoint Ole and then you sack him and you bring another interim guy,
And you don't listen to him.
you lose everything.
And you're not going to listen to him.
You have lost the culture. You have lost every shred of anything that's been close to what got us to the top. And right now, that's why the club's in crisis. Because you have all these players who don't know what it means to play for this amazing club, who actually want to leave this club, and they don't put in the work. And Manchester United, the one thing this club always epitomized was doing the work, working harder, sort of just the simple things. And you see it on the pitch, you see it in the press, you see these players don't want to play, and it just seems like it's a Instagram first club. It's how many followers you got on Instagram is all that matters, really. It's like social media, like posts on social media, that's all that matters. I mean, that's all that matters to Paul Pogba right now.
And that's what Ed Woodward talks about. Ed Woodward talks about that in his like quarterly update to the investors, sir, when he actually does talk to people. Talks about how many impressions they got on a transfer. You know, we're not talking about on-field performance. The standards have slipped. We know why they've slipped. Read the article. You don't have to read the article. Just open your fucking eyes. Everybody knows this team has been mismanaged. Even when Fergie was around, bro. It's like, you want to know, since the slip has started, it started in 2009 when they sold Cristiano Ronaldo for £80 million, and they spent 8 on a bunch of shitty over-the-hill or just
Oberson.
Dude, Oberton and Michael Owen, and be like, oh, this is good enough. You know why they did, sir? Because they got fucking murdered in the U.S. on all their bad investments and the financial crisis, and they just took it out on Manchester United, bro, in a big fucking way. And the slide started then. They let the cities into the world. And, dude, like I said, just the Moyes appointment alone, 10 months. 10 months, they fucking fired him.
Well, sir, there's the balance sheet, and then there's the... So I would say I blame the Glazers for the balance sheet, the debt, the taking money out of the club, like totally. But if you look at how much enough has been invested, but it's been invested in a manner that if you do it this way, like Ed Woodward did, you're never going to get anywhere, right? We just talked about it, the 15-16 FA Cup final. Van Gaal spends $350 million. We have a team. He wins the FA Cup. You sack him. Mourinho comes in, kills all the players that were on that team, gets rid of Blind. Smalling, you know, like Smalling's no good. Like every time you chop and change, you're just like you're sinking. You're not building a. Like I don't like Van Gaal either, but after he wins the FA Cup, you should probably just keep him because you spent so much money on that squad to blow it up. Bring Mourinho in and blow it up doesn't make sense. So you keep blowing it up, and you know it just turns into this giant mess. And right now we're in such a mess that Rangnick's trying to grab the reins, and then who knows who's next. And this whole thing is like. It's drowning and good on Ronaldo to come out and say, hey, we got to work hard. We got to step up. Even if he doesn't like the manager, he's saying the right things. That's what he should do. He should be the captain of Manchester United. This is what the captain does. Captain doesn't do what Harry Maguire does. Captain comes out and says, look, it takes time. We're going to work hard. Everyone should be working more. That's what I want to hear. Ronaldo's saying it. He should be the captain.
Oh, it's not Harry. And the line has been drawn, so I think we're learning more and more about what this team
soft
is made
serve
of.
Harry Maguire.
So the whole team is soft, bro. Like Rashford's probably soft, you know. Lingard obviously soft. It's like I think there's a lot of soft players in this squad, and we don't want to admit it. And some of these players are like big players that are soft, bro. Because what do they know about winning in Manchester United? Unfortunately, they don't, because all they've seen is failure. Like all they've seen in their professional life is a mismanaged club been run into the ground by Ed Woodward, bro. It's like they spent so much money that like we should have won titles in the last 10 years. They spent enough. It's just that it's been run by morons. Like Ed Woodward is a moron.
No, I think it's the Ed Woodwardification of like him trying to play director of football while he doesn't know what he's. I mean, like honestly, even I know, like sir, in my business experience, trying to run the commercial side of Manchester United.
And the football side?
Run the football side is not possible, but Ed Woodward's the type of guy who doesn't know what he doesn't know, and that's what gets you, because at the end of the day, he can't admit to himself that he made a mistake. Then you can't learn from your mistakes, sir, and you're just a nut job ruining the greatest football club of all time. And like I'm confident that when the history is written in stone, sir, Ed Woodward will be one of the worst people to ever run the club, sir. We've read a lot about him. You list our history podcasts. He is up there with the worst. This is one of the worst spells. Worst owners as well. The Glazers, worst owners, up there, probably number one.
Oh, without a doubt. It's not even close, bro.
And
It's not
he's
even
probably
close.
number one worst person ever run
Sports.
this club.
Even a football club, like where we were in 2009.
So the New York Giants are doing pretty bad too.
Sir, but they weren't even
Yeah.
close to Manchester United, bro. They couldn't even smell our fucking like.
I'm just telling
dude, they
you,
weren't
like,
even like
this
Manchester
is a
United.
thing. Billionaires don't
Manchester
care about their
United and the
teams,
New
like-
York Football Giants, bro, are not comps. Like Yankees, maybe, but like that
No, but you
being
won.
said-
The New York Giants won a Super Bowl 10 years ago, and then they've only made the playoffs once in 10 years, and they're the worst team, and they haven't had a winning record in 5 years. How do you go from winning in 10 years to being horrible? Now, Manchester United hasn't gotten that horrible, but you know there are comps of running franchises into the ground.
And this is it.
You know, it happens.
We've been running to the ground, bro. The last decade is like basically how to ruin a club in like 100 easy steps. And Ed Woodward, the fact that he thinks he's
How
just,
to keep treading water, spending so much money, and it's like never
Pogba.
getting a locker room together, never because
Lukaku.
the intangibles of an
Alexis
organization
Sanchez.
that you like if you listen to Sean Dyche talk about culture and Burnley, I hate to go on about the builders, but it's like there's something there that is repeatable because people are held to account, and United is just pink Ferraris and Tony Martial don't want to play. Tell me what that tweet was about.
It was talking about our fan tweets. It wasn't a tweet. It was the freaking manager after the game asking about the squad and being like, Tony unselected himself. So I think that's it for Tony Martial, sir. I don't think we'll be playing this song on the pod anytime soon.
Great song. Dude, fans backed him. Like he should be a great player. So you did you off the Tony Martial defense these days?
Well, sir, I said like he could have had an opportunity to prove himself. He's clearly shown that he doesn't want to prove himself. He's like, I'm going to go play in Sevilla. And
But we can use him now.
Sir, we
Right?
can't use him because he doesn't want to fucking play.
No,
sir,
I'm saying
so get rid of him.
But if you saw Cavani leading the line today, don't you think it'd be nice to have a Tony sub on? Why doesn't he want that opportunity?
Like he's gonna go, yeah, dude. I don't know, bro. Why don't you talk to him? Call up Tony. Talk to the fans. I don't know because he's the kind of player that says I don't want to play on the squad. So think about that. What kind of? I haven't seen one of those in a long since Tevez, bro. Like when was the last time a player was like, I'm good. I'm selecting myself out. Sanchez.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
I've never heard of that.
I've never had a manager heard of. I'm sure it's happened. We've never heard it.
And Rangnick just said that today, bro. That like Tony Martial didn't want to get selected because he's like, I'm fucking good. I'm trying to get sold. That's bad, bro. You get paid $200,000.
Hey, Tony Martial, I'll let you know when someone comes up with an offer for you.
Nobody's
bro.
paying for him. No one's paying him that money, bro.
No one will even pay his wages.
Because you know how bad that makes you look as an individual. Like what kind of graft you have that like you're not even showing up for practice now.
Sir.
Anyway,
mean mugging Martial. He's mean mugging this club. You know, it happens sometimes. You hate to see it. Let's jump into fan questions. At Gordon Frittich, quote, they look gassed, light in their boots. When we did and did not have the ball, looked like they were very down a player. When a Villa moved the ball, I'm still waiting for Varane's leadership to arrive. Ooh, sir, shot across the bow.
fans aren't happy, sir. Fans aren't happy.
They did look
I
like
thought Varane played well. I thought Lindell played not well, but everybody's got to get better.
At Marin _805, quote, some positives. Attacking three looked promising. We could have created more chances if Greenwood and Alonga cut back and lifted their heads and looked for Cavani and Bruno. Too many missed chances by trying to be a hero and shoot from acute angles or defenders in front of them. Sir, what do you make about the attackers being a little selfish?
I thought it was an improvement from where we've been, but like, yes, we should have scored more than 2 goals. Alonga should have had at least a goal. Greenwood should have had a goal. There's 4. There's a win.
All right, I got a spicy meatball for you. At Red Devil Woody, gutless. Weak-willed shithouses. Alonga and Greenwood were the only ones trying today. That team is severely lacking a captain. So, like I said, I saw Ronaldo, captain. That interview, captain.
What was I don't know what the question was, sir. We are
the
lacking
team
captain.
is severely lacking a captain.
I thought we showed more fight today than we've seen in like a long time. And I thought Bruno played well. He got frustrated at times. The ref wasn't good. Get used to it. The refs in this fucking league are terrible. They're fucking bad. But this was better, so I'm not going to act like this was as bad as it's been because it wasn't. It was better. So
I like this one. Have another donut. Quote, just a mid-table club with poor ownership, poor management, board and on the field, and poor players, but I guess it's still all Ole's fault. Hashtag Manchester United. Poor ownership, mid-table club with the number one wage bill in the country. That is the one thing for Manchester United. We are paying these players a lot not to win titles, unfortunately. At Dave Paz, quote, I know it feels like a loss for longer periods of time. We played better football. If we continue on this trajectory by the time Ralph leaves, we'll be pretty good. I do agree. Dave, this is one of those things, like I said, where we saw there's a you bench the Martial, sir. You get the players who want to play on the field, and we saw that today. And so it's like, make Ronaldo the manager. Just have him throw people out of the club. It's just how this team needs sir, you do a juice cleanse every once in a while to clean out all the toxins. This team needs big cleanse.
He's here, bro. Just listen
Big
to
cleanse.
him. He's here. Ralph has got it, dude. He's calling out. I like that he called out Martial, bro. The guy self-selects out, you say it. This guy doesn't want to play at the club. We need this. We need to call people out. We need Ronaldo to call players out, right? If you saw one of the news things that we passed on, sir, is that Ralph likes that Ronaldo is calling players out. A level of accountability that has not been there for a long time. Ole wasn't the guy to do it. The board loved that, right? He wasn't calling the board out. Now, Ralph's not going to call the board out, and when he starts to do it, that's when they're going to get rid of Ralph. And that is why they will get rid of Ralph, bro, because he's going to know that there are problems that are with the Glazers, the Woodward, the Richards Arnold of the world, and when they start hearing that, they're not going to want to hear that, and that's why they're going to bring in Maurizio Pochettino, bro, because he ain't going to have no problems with nothing, because he's just happy to have the job.
Is anyone else excited to see how Alex acts on the podcast when Maurizio Pochettino is our coach?
It's going to be awesome. I can't
Sir,
wait.
you said you'd back him, right?
I will back him, but I don't want him to be our manager.
Sir, it's like when Cavani joined and you were so upset.
So that's one player. That's like a player you could bench. You can't bench your manager.
I will be excited for the next manager. Last one here at T. Zolski. The result doesn't even faze me. I didn't expect things to change much overnight, but this is no different than it was with Ole. We don't have to worry about Champions League next year. Hans and Franz will be an accomplishment. Look, like you said, any promising spells of play for Manchester United are good at this point. We're putting this thing together. Rangnick's trying to grab the reins. Like I said, it seems like Ronaldo doing a Sky interview tells you it's pretty bad and trying to get the locker room on side. And he said he didn't want to, it wasn't ethical for him to call people out and be like, Shaw, stop eating those meat pies at the lunchroom. But we need Ronaldo. It could be, he could be the blessing that we need right now. Ronaldo kind of sorting it out, getting young lads to work hard. You think Alonga wants to stay late? Of course he does. So find the players that are into that, and then you got a team. I just think you got to get, if McGuire's soft, get rid of him. If Lindell is soft, get rid of him. You just got to, right now we really need, there's got to be a sense of urgency where instead of re-upping contracts, we need to be finding hungry players that want to play for this team, sir.
Next man up, dude, because the academy players, they're hungry. They haven't made it yet. Like, we need players of the fucking RB style, the way that Ralph had done it there. It's like not the third or fourth contract. It's like the first or second or third contract, right? They're still hungry. They still have the edge. They still have a point to prove. We need to get rid of the whingers. We need to get rid of the players who aren't willing to work hard because, like, bro, United in the 90s, we had the Robsons, the freaking, the Erics of the world, right? But they worked their fucking ass off. Like you said, it was a graft team. They worked the hardest. They weren't just the highest skill, but they also worked the hardest. And we got to go back to that, bro. Back to basics. Sweat. 90 minutes. Progress, bro. It ain't a straight line.
If you like the American Red Devils, sir, you can support us on Patreon. Please check us out, www.patreon.com/American Red Devils. Check out our blog, www.americanreddevils.com. Sir, you got Alex's blog he's posting. He's got part 2 dropping next week. Also, click on store, pick up some merch. It supports this small-time operation. And boy, are we excited for some midweek football. Brentford, I'm hoping for 60 good minutes this time around, sir. Before we get into that, give us our top 10 cities last 7 days.
Sir, number 1, how you doing? How you doing? Corinth, Mississippi. Arlington, Virginia. Houston, Texas. Tonesburg, Norway. Appreciate ya. Clarksville, Tennessee. San Diego, California. Daytona Beach, Florida. London, Canada. How you doing? How you doing? San Jose, California. And last but not least, Omaha, Nebraska. Appreciate all the American Devils listening week in, week out. We could not do it without you. Sir, I know it's been tough. It's been tough for us. It's been tough for the fans, but we don't dictate this team. There's a lot of goodness here. There was always going to be a bit of a, hey, sir, like you're talking about the cleanse. We're cleansing. Those first couple of days when you're cleansing, you don't feel great. And that's where we're at right now. It's like there are people that need to be removed from the club, and I think we're seeing it in the pressers. the performance on the pitch as well, inconsistencies, but I think you're starting to see a subset of the squad that is going to play for this manager. I can get behind that.
Absolutely. We're going to leave you with United Calypso and Amazing Chancer. The way section was rocking. Too bad we couldn't get the 3 points. On to Brentford. Everyone have a great weekend.